Every day the Earth tells its story, sometimes with grandiose projects that pave the way for the future, and other times with unexpected slaps from nature, reminding us that the planet is still the real boss. Volcanoes. When the Earth gets angry, alert, alert! If you think only humans get mad, you haven't seen the recent eruption of the Fuego volcano in Guatemala. A column of ash shot thousands of meters into the sky, filling the night sky with smoke and red lava. Meanwhile, in Iceland, another volcano decided to join the party, spewing out hot lava as if to say, "Let me show you who's the real boss." The sight is so beautiful it's scary. You might be amazed by the majesty, but you might also want to double-check if you're still available for a one-way flight out of the area. Have you ever been in a situation where the sky suddenly darkens, the wind howls, and the rain hits so hard that the windshield turns into a gray screen? If not, congratulations. You haven't experienced nature at its most ferocious. If you have, then you know what it feels like to have your heart pounding, your hands gripping the wheel, your eyes straining to see nothing but darkness and water. You're enjoying a relaxing afternoon by the pool, sipping a cool drink, feeling like life is peaceful. And then, boom, from the sky, fist-sized ice cubes are falling like cannonballs. You look up and realize that Mother Nature has just switched to attack from above mode. At this point, the only question on your mind is no longer, is the water in the pool clean? But how do I get out of here before my head is crushed? Car windows shatter like biscuits. A strong hailstorm can turn a parking lot into a battlefield, where cars are massively stoned to the point where windshields no longer exist. What to do in the event of a landscape. If you see anything unusual, get away immediately. If you hear a cracking sound or feel the ground shaking, don't hesitate. Get out of the danger zone immediately. Don't stand near the edge of the hole. The landslide could continue to spread at any time. In Maryland, a chimney just blew up exactly as planned, down to the second. The engineering team stood at a distance, smirking as if they had just pulled off a perfect Hollywood explosion. A step toward a greener future, but also a bad day for the birds who have unwittingly made this place their home. Electrical short circuit on the highway. If you were there, what would you do? Lightning fast reflexes. With an Olympic-level reflex, the woman screamed and jumped back 3 steps, as if she had just been taught martial arts by Bruce Lee. And the snake? It had just missed its target, but it was still circling around, looking for a second chance. A crazy scene just happened off the coast of China. The sea suddenly rolled, and a giant column of water swirled straight up into the sky as if someone turned on a super-powered vacuum cleaner. What is happening? A waterspout, also known as a sea tornado, has just formed, but not the cute little tornadoes like in cartoons. This one is as big as a skyscraper, strong enough to suck tons of seawater into the air, creating an artificial rain in the middle of the ocean. You think driving on the road is all about traffic jams, rain, and reckless drivers? Wrong. Add a snake crawling from the hood to the list of things that can make your heart almost drop out of your chest. Off the northern tip of the North Island, New Zealand, a giant bottlenose dolphin weighing more than 400 kilograms and measuring about 3.3 meters in length suddenly washed ashore. This rare incident caused panic among fishermen, and they had to find a way to rescue the dolphin back to the ocean. After many hours of effort, they succeeded in rescuing the dolphin, helping it return to the ocean without causing further injuries to both humans and animals. Storm in the outskirts of Turkey. The earth is speaking, but are we listening? signaling danger. Just seconds later, a huge mass of snow fell, forming a white wall that rushed down at terrifying speed. Many skiers did not run away, but stood still, even filming. Some cheered as if they were watching an X Games ski competition. Imagine being there, chilling. The fury of nature cannot be underestimated. Wow, let's admire the beauty nature brings. Guangzhou, China. Huge explosion and perfect demolition. A high-rise hotel in Guangzhou was demolished in a controlled manner, but nothing prepared for the violent explosion that saw each floor of the building explode into huge pieces. The fury of nature cannot be underestimated as a sudden lightning strike hits a yacht. Warning: the power of nature. Nature is a force of nature that can destroy in the blink of an eye. Storms, floods, earthquakes, volcanic eruptions, and tsunamis are all examples of the power of nature. Always be alert, stay informed, and prepare a safety plan to protect yourself and your family from natural disasters. Hurricanes, the destructive power of nature. Strong storms with winds of up to hundreds of kilometers per hour can flatten an entire city. Don't try to play superhero against storms. Tips. If the wind is so strong that the motorbike runs without a driver, it's best to go inside immediately and lock the door. Catastrophic floods, when water submerges everything. In just a few hours, a flood can turn your streets into Venice, but you don't have a boat. Tip: if you see fish swimming in front of your house, don't wait for a crocodile to appear. Find higher ground immediately. Earthquake shaking. Anger from the underground. When the ground shakes, it's not because you're dizzy, it's because you're about to play Stand Firm in an earthquake. Tip: if things in your house start to dance, get under a table or hug something sturdier than your crush. The end of the world will probably look like this. Thank you for watching and subscribing to the channel. We appreciate your support and will continue to bring you the most impressive footage of the power of nature. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so you don't miss any moment.